Let me tell you something. Don't let anybody put you down because you had an experience that you want to share with the world so they could heal from your experiences. Don't let anybody shut you down. I would have quit a long time ago if I let discouragement from family members, from people in my past, and people who I don't know, or people who I knew, who I thought they knew me, that try to encourage me to say that I wouldn't amount to nothing or do something at a great magnitude. After placements and work with people and artists and establish my sound, I realized the reason why I got to this level is because I didn't stop. So my last word is really, if you want to do something, accomplish something, you write it down. It's not just a dream. You write it down and you just go and do it, and use a discernment who you share your dreams, because I'm sure you didn't do it by yourself. You know, Reggie's here behind the camera shooting this and documenting, and he himself is a dope artist too. So it's a connection of shared ideas and common interests and encouragement. A lot of people don't have that circle, so just stay encouraged. I'm just still getting better as a human being, as a Christian, as a musician. That's just a role in life, but a lot of people have to understand you can't let anything hold you back from expressing yourself. So I hope that this whole experience shows you that faith moves mountains, not fear.
We just finished day 2 of our recording for the project. Our goal was for these 2 days was to finish 2 whole songs, and both of the songs are done. Angie Rose came through the studio yesterday, and spontaneously she got on the track, and I think that's one of my favorite tracks so far. And I'm just excited. I think this is a bittersweet moment. It's like when you go it's like when you go on vacation and then you're coming back home and you got those sad butterflies. I think that's how I feel right now. The difference between this new project and the EP that dropped May 2014 is that I felt like the first project was more of, me wanting to get my feet wet. My heart in the first EP was like, there's no limits, I could do this, I'm unstoppable, I could do this because God is with me, God has my back, so I just did it with a heart of knowing in a way that some things are going to happen for me. I'm gonna make a little bit of noise, which by the grace of God I did. But then during that season where the EP in 2014 was going to drop, and after the release, it's I went through this crazy time of my life where I felt so insecure about my craft. I went through, prior to that release, I went through different heartbreaks, with potential relationships, and all of that leading up to the release of the project really affected me. I was actually doubting, my calling in music. I was doubting, my purpose. I actually even failed a class in college, because I was going through a tough time.
So coming to New York, it's pretty dope. Working with Brian, man behind the camera, for his new LP, his album. Discussing the heart. So I guess what you guys should expect, well, first off, it's going to be a banger, just sonically, music wise, with this guy over here, Mr. Phinestro. Just hearing what he's put together is crazy. So just knowing that, and then once again, Brian, just the music, they're very relatable as far as the sound for this project. So sonically, if you like good music, you're gonna like the project. But second thing you should expect is just realness, real authenticity. You know, it's like really hard at a time right now in music where a lot of people don't, you know, tell the truth, or they don't tell it like it is for them. You know, they generalize it with how they live their lives, not like how life goes for them, but like how they're living each and every day. You know, they're spending money in the clubs or, you know, whatever. And, you know, even, you know, for believers, you know, a lot of times, like, we don't really get to tell our story. And so, with this person being a Christian artist, he gets to tell his life story, what he's going through, what he deals with. And I feel like that's going to relate to anybody, whether you're a Christian or not, because our lives aren't different because we're believers. I mean, we're led differently, but we live the same lives. We still have to work. We still have to, you know, go and get ours, you know, and make a living for ourselves.
There is a God. Yes, his name is Jesus. Let me tell you about him. How he rose and raised. How he came to my life. Yeah, came to save. Is it on the cross? Is it in the grave? Rose on the dead. Still alive today. Battles. I'm freed out from many areas. Still have shackles. And if death is inside me, why do I get cocky? Thinking I got it all. That's not me. I have a choice between flesh and
I have a lot more people involved in this new project than my EP. For my EP, I only had 2 main producers, and I was like the engineer, and my other producer friend that would engineer, and I had other people do the mixing and mastering for the EP. But this project, I've been able to connect with a lot of great and talented people within the music industry, and one of them, he's like a new big brother to me. He's really invested time in me, and he's poured into my life, not just musically but spiritually. He's a dope music producer, sound designer, recording engineer, mixing engineer. His name is Phinestro. He's originally from Brooklyn, New York. He actually resides in Lynchburg, Virginia now. I got connected with him at a show I had September 2015.
Day 2 today. We knocked 3 songs down. And as you can hear me, my constant yawning. See, my English. We got a lot of things done with these songs. And the sound quality got better and better and better. So I'm looking forward for tomorrow that we can get a lot more done. One thing about engineering, it's not just about capturing the sound, but making sure you capture the emotion and energy with the sound. So part of production is going back and fitting each track to the performance of it, and not the performance fitting to the track.
Where do I even start? Back when I was a little kid, I dealt with this, and from time to time I find myself still struggling. Can't seem to find the right medicine to cure this feeling of loneliness and rejection. I remember those days, like on my birthday, Papa had to leave early to make that.
I'm excited for this project because I'm seeing so much work that's being put into it, but not only seeing the work into it, but also the quality of it. You know, you have your storyline, you have the execution is correct. You have so much faith in this project that me myself can see it, you know? And I think that's interesting for the fact that, like, a lot of times when people like do, you know, albums and mixtapes and stuff like that, you know, there are times where you could tell the artist was unsure of themselves, you know, just by hearing the music. But now, in this case, it's like the artist has so much confidence that this is the project that's gonna be the best thing ever. And when you have that much confidence, you get into the music, and when the listener hears it, they also believe it as well, because in their minds, they're like, this person is confident in what they're doing. I like it. And then they start getting into the lyrics, and then they start getting into the feelings of, like, you know, what he wants you to feel, and they're more vivid. It's like taking a painting You know, like he's not just giving you a picture, he's giving you something that has color, something that has texture, something that and first glance, you know, you're gonna stop and then say like, okay, let me examine the painting more.
What I like about this project, it's crazy. Like I feel like the reason why it's taken a while or like long to get it done is because I think I believe it was Andy Mineo who said it once in one of his interviews when he was working on his new album, that he didn't just want to make music that he just had a beat and then he just put lyrics on it or like just drop vocals. And I wanted to take that same approach. I wanted to create something along with, you know, dope producers like Phinestro, and just create something that fits the concept and that it will just be not just at a professional quality, but actually something that will get you thinking and something that won't just trigger like your ears or your mind, but rather it also trigger the heart.
It's so weird. How you feeling about this ego track?
Feeling pretty good. Right now just trying to tighten it, trying to get the pocket of the flow right. Finish a not third verse, a bridge for it, and come up with a nice hook, you know, and I think that's gonna be the challenge. Just writing a hook and getting the pocket right, you know, but I feel pretty good. I feel like it's gonna really speak to people's egos. But no, it has a deep concept. First verse is like I'm addressing my own self, but also addressing the world, people. Second verse, I'm addressing people in the church more, you know, so be on the lookout. It's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be dope. God has been taking me through and still is taking me through a process where he's working in my heart, you know, and like I realize that if you want to see a change around you, there first must be a change in your heart.
Growing up in a city where music ain't the talk of town, walking through the city thinking, wonder how I'll make it. Let's face it, been at this for years. Rock stages, but still I live with some fears. Yo, ain't it weird how I'm thinking like this? I'm only 22, acting like my world bout to end. My brother saying you got a lot ahead of you. See the bigger picture in your music has got through you, yeah. So I walk this road. Most days I feel alone, giving it to God, cause he's in control. Yeah, he can make all things.